Hello, it has been a week. I am going to read another poem from my book. It is called Curse. Now, I want to specify that this is not a long poem, and as a matter of fact, kind of put it in there for the purpose of it not being finished, because at this point in time, when I wrote this, I had no understanding of what was going on. All I had were a million thoughts in my head, and at that point in time, I needed it out. I needed to write anything and everything down. This is just like the tip of the iceberg for the book. This is the tip of the iceberg for my understanding. Continuing on. So, before I start this, which is funny enough, the first four words of this poem. Before I start this, I want to also mention that once I'm done reading this poem, I'm going to upload this, and then I'm going to start the next poem, which is part of my personal celebration of being 28 years cancer-free. I want to make sure I celebrate that, and I celebrate the people that have also gone through that and have survived. And I also want to celebrate the people who fought super hard and didn't survive. Not everybody can make it. And as many times as people beat cancer, the game is rigged because cancer only needs to win once. And winning is the cost of your life. You can have smaller victories like losing an arm, or in my case, losing a kidney. But for now, we're going to stick with this short little poem. And maybe it'll make a little more sense after I read it. Let's go. Curse by P.i.M. Book. Falling. Machinations of my mind. Before I start this, I want to say I love you, and I wish you could understand what I am trying to say. This is difficult. Please find forgiveness on the way. You love me to no end. Life I am unable to fend off. People just look at me and scoff. Toffee, you are addicted to the caffeine. Coffee. You love me to no end. Confrontation I cannot defend. Protecting me left me unprotected. My place in life is untouched and uncontested. I want you to know that I felt blessed. Now I know it was wrong. I suffocated. Now I am stressed. I have barely made it. I feel all or none, trying to figure this out. I feel constipated. I feel untrained. All I feel is strain. Life is just a pain. What I have done with my time is lame. You used to tell me what to do. Look and nod, and if he asks you anything, just say, I don't know. You understand what I am saying? I see. But what should I start believing? Staying quiet has me seething. My feelings are unrelenting. Death row is pending. Like I said, that's a shorter poem. Only 2 pages, and pretty sure I've wasted those 2. At least one of the pages. Second page. Maybe I should just make it one big video so that way it's better placed. I was just looking at the next poem for next week, and that's, I think, 4 or 5 pages. So, I think this time I'll do both in the same process, in the same video. And next time I'll do 2 different videos. Because even if the poem after next week, which I need to figure out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 6 pages, nice. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, the next 2 poems I read are 6 pages and 5 pages long, respectively. So this week, since that poem was super short, I'm going to give you the other poem in my first of 2 poem celebration of being cancer-free. Now, I can only hope that everybody else who goes through cancer survives with minimal damage. The problem is that even minimal damage can be super damaging. Now, a little backstory to this one. It was 2012, 2013, a little bit after I graduated high school, when I decided that poetry was no longer a thing for me. I outgrew it. I wasn't writing anything this dark and deep. I was only writing for fun because I met somebody that really enjoyed writing poetry. And I thank him and a couple other people for getting me into poetry at the start. I started going away from it my first semester in college, which I guess could have been a little bit better if I actually stayed in college. I only did the 1 semester, but at that point, I was starting to decline mentally a lot. After a couple years and a few voices started. This was before I wrote my book. So this was 2 years after not writing at all. 2 years, 3 years. I went back to college to finish that English course that I dropped out of the first time. It turns out the teacher wasn't a good fit for me. My second teacher was a much better fit. Anyways, this one's called Cancer. And it is in celebration of me being 28 years cancer-free. By the way, if you're confused about the math, I am 28. I had cancer at 3 months old. I was an infant. I don't remember a damn thing about it. My grandpa, on the other hand, had cancer twice. Survived it the first time and didn't the second time. This poem is for him. I'm a little rusty. My writing is a little musty. My style is a little dusty. It's been 2 years since I've written something decent, something recent. A long time ago I had a disease, a godsend if you please, a tumor, a cancer, a nuisance. If I was old enough, I would have been on my knees. Why do I deserve this? Why give it to me willingly? I was a happy child. Not even cancer could scare me. I didn't have insight. Hell, I could barely see. In the light, he said, "Young one, be free." As the years went by, I bitched and said, "God, why do you resent me?" And what I have learned, there is a test of faith, and that I have failed. Something else I have gained, a purpose to be on top of my game. The people who have saved me from being the other me, a fight with the darker half, a fight with a crippling staff. I continue my life, owing them. This is how I stay strong. This is how I will succeed, have my dream job. Have children and a wife, indeed. We might meet again. Until then, we will see what I can do with my life, undying, living free. Although you might take my life someday, I will no longer live in fear. I will not live vicariously. I I will stand tall and say, I'm free. I am ready to live life. The day that you take me, I will be happy and ready to leave. With open arms, my last words will be, thank you for setting me free. I don't know how other people are going to take that one, or the first poem I talked, the first poem I read, sorry. But those two hold a place in my heart that even if nobody else likes them, I like them for the message. I just want what is relevant to my story to be part of the story. There will obviously be poems I write that don't correlate and poems that I really enjoy. But for now, I am done for the night. I will be here next week reading another poem. And I hope you enjoy the story and the journey that I hope to take you on. Anyways, like always, like, comment, subscribe. I mean, mostly I just want to get my message out there because I want people to be more aware. If you want to support me, right now I have the book on Google Play, the Amazon bookstore, and I also have it on Dorrance Publishing bookstore. You can find them in those places. I will also leave a link to the Dorrance website book. I do know that the Google Play Store version is cheaper than the Dorrance and Amazon, as far as I know. But watching this video is also supporting me, and I appreciate whatever support you can handle. Thank you. Be safe and have a wonderful